Maddi Vestrum. Pronouns are they, them. I'm an embroidery artist, queer, mixed media. I love when people come to my booth at a market or see my art and they go, oh, that represents me, and I don't usually see me in art. After a major health event, I needed something to fill my time and fill my hands while resting, so I went to an embroidery class. It was lovely and fun and very body positive, so from there I never stopped. It sort of turned into a full-time career. Something I really, really love about embroidery and contemporary modern embroidery is taking this really delicate, feminine, traditional art that's often dainty phrases. I definitely grew up in a household that had like my name across-stitched with like beautiful words, all done that way with my birth date and things. And I just love queering that. So part of being queer is I like making all my art queer. So making that really dainty, cute, flowery thing with a big swear word on it, or a vulva, or a vibrator. And I think it's funny. I think it's something you can just look by. Your grandmother may not note it on your wall, but if she did read it, she'd go, oh goodness. And that's what I really like. It's a thing I learned from my grandmother and an elderly church lady that I knew. So I take a little bit of special joy in the fact that I'm definitely not stitching what they thought they were teaching me to. So it's an interesting world, fiber arts, because a lot of the groups are like conservative Christians and queer leftists. Like it's a weird combo of people. No. What I like about being an artist, and one of the ways it became a full-time career, is because it was really accommodating to set my own schedule and work with my chronic health stuff, to be able to be my own boss. And every time I'd jump back into the like more traditional work field, I'd end up getting really, really sick again and have to go back to just doing art more wholeheartedly. So when I moved to Vancouver, where there was felt like a little bit more of a market for it, my partner and I had a big conversation about what's the best choice around that, and decided to just focus on some of the art stuff and see what I can do and how I can make it work. So I moved from Calgary to Vancouver about 3 years ago. Calgary is where I learned and got my feet wet being an artist. It's where I took my first class and went to a lot of markets and really, really enjoyed the market scene, and helped me sort of establish myself online and figure out how to make that world work. Moving to Vancouver, it sort of felt like it opened up opportunities beyond just farmers markets or art, little like craft fairs and things like that. So actually doing an art show and an art gallery and applying for bigger things like that. So I know those opportunities exist in Calgary. I think it's partly just where I am in my journey as an artist, but there was a lot I noticed moving here around like apply for this gallery exhibit or this show going on, and that was really exciting and felt like it helped me take like a next step or a bigger step in my work. So the worst injury I've ever gotten making art is definitely there's the basic stabs. A blood sacrifice is made to all of the art pieces. The first time I took a sewing class with a machine, though, I sewed right through my fingers, which is why I do everything by hand, because machines terrify me. I'm slowly getting more and more into that, but it was a rough start to my sewing journey, was my machine sewing journey. So by hand, there's really only so much damage you can do before you stop yourself. But yeah, you definitely get tough fingers. Living in Calgary, I'd heard about the Under $100 art show. I have a few friends who highly recommend it. It's one of their favorite shows, and each year they'd be like, you need to get in this show, and it was like just lost in the shuffle. And then I moved to Vancouver, was sort of kicking myself. So then when I heard you guys were doing a show in Vancouver, I got very, very excited, because the idea that such a show that's so recommended by artists that I really look up to is coming to my local city is like, oh, this is something I know I can finally do. So got my butt in gear and got my application in, because I yeah, I felt sad that I missed it when I moved here. Pieces I want to bring to the Under 100 art show is some of my framed pieces, some of my pride pieces, and then I have stickers that I designed myself that are printed locally here, prints, and then I do also have some kits that I'm slowly developing. One thing that I love about art is that it's allowed me to be a little bit of an activist and put my queer work and my things I really, really care about out there. And growing up in Alberta, I didn't always feel super seen or safe having especially my more trans-friendly queer art out in the world. So moving to Vancouver, that's something I felt a lot better about. And I do feel now almost sad that I'm not still in Alberta with everything that's going on around queer politics, because I just think it's really important. Representation really matters. It doesn't need to be in every piece of art, but having some art there that's queer it really helps me as a queer person when I walk into a space and I see that.